My dear friends, tonight I want to remind you of a truth so simple, so utterly profound, that if you grasp it, your world will never be the same. All that you behold, though it appears without, is within. In your imagination, of which this world of mortality is but a shadow. We have been trained from birth to believe our senses, to trust the evidence of our eyes, our ears, our touch. But tonight, I ask you to dare to question this. The senses can only report the past. They cannot create. They cannot lead. They merely echo the assumptions you have already impressed upon your own consciousness. If you would rise above your current limitations, you must learn to turn away from appearances and trust the unseen reality you are creating within. Imagination, and imagination alone, is the gateway to reality. Every event, every circumstance, every relationship you now experience was first imagined, whether consciously or unconsciously. It was accepted as true internally and then appeared outwardly. Therefore, it is not your task to fight against circumstances, nor to rail against what the senses report. It is to persist in the assumption that your desire is already fulfilled. Feel it real. Enter into the joy, the relief, the certainty that would be yours if you now stood where you wish to stand. Walk in that feeling day after day, undisturbed by outer facts, undeterred by delay until the unseen becomes seen and the intangible made tangible. Do not say to yourself, "But look at my bank account," or "But see my doctor's report," or "But hear what they are saying about me." All of these are echoes of old beliefs. They have no creative power. The power is in your own wonderful human imagination. Turn within. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Live in the end. And trust absolutely. That imagination will do the work, far beyond what your reason or your senses could ever accomplish. You do not plant a seed and dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You trust the unseen process. So it is with imagination. Leave your creation in faith. Persist in feeling it real, and in the fullness of time, it will harden into fact. There is no power outside of you. Creation is finished. All you need, all you long for, already exists, waiting only for you to assume it. Trust imagination, trust yourself, and you will know that you and your Father are truly one. Imagination is the only creative power in the universe. Everything you behold, every circumstance, every event, every relationship, is but the outpicturing of your inner conversations, your inner assumptions, your inner imaginal acts. There is no other cause. The world responds not to what you say aloud, nor even to what you wish, but to what you imagine, and imagine persistently. Creation is finished. All possible states already exist. It is by the power of your imagination that you move from one state to another. To imagine is to create. To persist in an imaginal act is to bring it forth into visibility. If you would change your world, you must change your imagination. Nothing else is required. It does not matter what the senses say. The senses report only what imagination has already decreed. To attempt to change outer circumstances without first changing the imaginal cause is to struggle against the very law of your own being. Dare to believe that your imagination is the creative center of your life. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Persist in it. Nourish it. Trust it completely. For there is no power outside of you, no other cause to appeal to. All things exist within your own wonderful human imagination. What you imagine, with feeling, with acceptance, must come to pass. You are not a powerless victim of the world you see. You are the creator of it, whether you know it or not. Choose wisely what you imagine, for therein lies the secret of your world. Do not be deceived by the evidence of your senses. Your senses can only confirm what you have previously assumed to be true. They are not creative. They are but messengers carrying back to you the reflections of your own inner conversations. To trust the senses above imagination is to remain bound by appearances, prisoners of yesterday's assumptions. I tell you, disregard appearances. Turn away from the facts of life if they do not conform to your ideal. Assume the state you desire to see made real and persist in that assumption, though every sense cries out against it. Do not ask how it shall come to pass. Do not wonder if it is reasonable or logical or probable. Imagination is the way, the truth, and the life. The senses report only shadows. Imagination creates reality. When you dare to trust your unseen assumption more than the seeming facts, you will prove this great law for yourself. You will see the world rearrange itself to mirror your inner conviction. Let the senses whisper doubt. You remain unmoved. Let circumstances seem impossible. You walk by faith, not by sight. All things are possible to him who believes. Your belief is your assumption, your acceptance of a state as true, even in defiance of the senses. Practice this daily. Close your eyes to what is, and open them inwardly to what you have chosen to be. Live in the end. Persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and though the outer world may resist at first, it must eventually bend to the inner vision you have dared to assume. Trust imagination and deny the evidence of the senses. You are already that which you seek. You have but to appropriate it, claim it, assume it. The world is yourself pushed out. Whatever you believe yourself to be, that you are. Stop trying to change others. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Change yourself, and they must respond accordingly. All transformation begins within. It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you are conscious of being. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and continue feeling it, and it will harden into fact. Live in the end. Think from the end. Persist in the assumption that your desire is already yours. Do not concern yourself with how it will come about. Creation is finished. The entire pattern already exists. Your only task is to move into the state of consciousness in which the thing is already true. You are the operant power. Imagination creates reality. Trust your imagination. It will never fail you. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world reshape itself to reflect your inner conviction. The power you seek lies within you. It has never been outside of you, though the world would tell you otherwise. Men search in distant lands, climb mountains, cross oceans, consult teachers and sages, yet the secret they seek is buried in their own wonderful human imagination. I tell you, you are the operant power. You need not wait for permission. You need not seek validation. You are already in possession of all that you require to transform your life. Imagination creates reality. Your assumption, once accepted as true, will harden into fact. Do not be misled by appearances or discouraged by delay. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that state, for persistence is the key. The outer world is a mirror reflecting back to you the inner states you have consented to occupy. If you would change your reflection, you must change your internal conversation. The power is not in circumstance. It is not in other people. It is not even in action taken blindly without imagination. The power is within, flowing constantly through your assumptions, your beliefs, your feelings. Dare to believe that your imagination is God in action. When you imagine lovingly, you are communing with the source of all creation. When you imagine harm or limitation, you are misusing the divine gift. Choose this day whom you will serve, the outer appearances or the inner vision. For the inner vision, faithfully persisted in, will reshape the outer world into its likeness. Turn within and claim your birthright. All that the Father has is yours, and it has been yours from the beginning. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption, and you will discover a secret known to the few who shape the world. Your assumption, if persisted in, will become your reality. It matters not what the senses report, nor what the world declares possible. The only question is, can you persist in the assumption of your fulfilled desire, even when everything without denies it? You must dare to assume what your reason and senses deny. You must boldly claim, in the silence of your soul, that you already are what you long to be. Every fact springs from an act of imagining. You may not remember the moment you planted the seed, but no harvest appears without a sowing. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Enter the state and live from it inwardly, even if only in imagination. Feel yourself already in possession of your goal. Walk, talk, think, and act from that place. Though your outer world appears unchanged, know that your inner movement has already set in motion a chain of events. Be unmoved by appearances. Remain faithful to the assumption. For in the appointed hour, your outer world will mirror your inner conviction. The world is yourself pushed out. It must echo your sustained assumption. Doubt not the power within you. Doubt not the wisdom of your imagination. Assume nobly. Assume lovingly. Assume with confidence that all things are working together for your good. Persist, and you will see reality reshape itself as if by magic. Yet it is not magic. It is law. It is your own wonderful human imagination fulfilling itself. Thank you for watching and joining us on this journey of self-awareness. See you in the next Neville Goddard video.